Welcome to Julie's Wreath Boutique. Tonight we're going to learn how to make another Dollar Tree cross wreath. This is going to be another option for you. And we are using a similar petal, but not the same petal. It's a little different and a little different layout. So make sure you're watching. And then I'm going to show you how easily it can be to add greenery and flowers without a bunch of hot glue. Do we use a little bit of hot glue? A little bit, but for the most part, this is all put together with zip ties. So let's get our craft on and make a beautiful wreath. All right, so it's that time of year and it is time to make another cross wreath. I made a cross wreath for you guys last year and we're gonna use a few similar techniques, but not quite on this one. But I wanted to make another one, but we're gonna change it up a little bit. You guys loved this design last year. It went viral on TikTok and Facebook. It's literally going viral right now. It has like over 2 million views, the old one that we did last year, but I'll leave the link in the description box. But we're going to do another one kind of similar, but not the same, if that makes sense. So it's similar, but not the same. So you're going to want to grab a Dollar Tree cross wreath frame. You can get these online. You can get these at your local Dollar Tree. I will find a link down below in the description box for you. And then you're going to get some poly burlap. And if you like deco mesh, you can use deco mesh, but I'm going to use poly burlap for this one. I need to order more mesh because I'm like, oh, I don't really have a lot of spring colors, but I have this color, this blue that is, I think that's just such a pretty color. And so I want to use this blue in this wreath today. And then we're going to use some greenery and maybe a few flowers or whatnot. But we're just going to make a really pretty wreath. This will be perfect for your door for Easter. It would be perfect for your church doors. It would be beautiful for the graveside too. So, and it's going to be really easy to make. So get your wood burner out. Get your glass cutting mat that I use. You're going to need this cutting board. Remember, everything that I have is supply-wise, Amazon storefront, links in the description below. So let's get out that wood burner and we're going to cut some mesh. Okay, so this is a really important step and a lot of people miss out what I'm doing on like quick videos, but you're going to need like a cutting board or a cooking sheet or something to that effect. And you're going to take your roll of poly burlap and I'm going to measure it at 10 inches. That's why this Fisker's cutting board is really good. I also have one that I use from the Wreath shop and I can link that one down below too. So you're going to take your wood burner. You can see this is the one I use. Again, it's in my Amazon shop. And you're just going to cut these at 10 inches and you're going to cut it in between the squares. So if you want to use white poly burlap or maybe cream or yellow or pink or whatever, do whatever you want. But this is what we're going to use. I'm not really sure what this color is called. I'll have to look that up. But I'm going to probably cut most of this roll because I think we'll use a good bit of it, if not almost all of it. So just cut your mesh and then we will get started on the next process. Okay, so for this project, you're going to need some zip ties. So I'm going to grab some of those. Just grab them right here. Again, I get those on Amazon too. And then you're going to take your poly burlap that we have already cut with the wood burner. And what that does is it just kind of seals your edges a little bit more so that if you did this with a pair of scissors or rotary cutter, this literally would just be falling apart. So you don't really want that look. It's not a great look. So you're going to take your mesh and you're going to make a triangle. Okay. So we make a triangle and then we're going to make another triangle. All right. So I'm going to look at this and what I want to do is where I have this opening right here, I'm going to just gather it like so. And it's pretty much going to make a similar petal that we did before, but we didn't make the petal this way. The reason why we're going to make the petal this way is we are going to attach both of these in a way on either side of your wreath frame. So I'm going to take one and put my zip tie here. So I did that side. I'm going to move that inside a little bit. Take my scissors. And then I'm going to do the same thing, but on the other side. So I'm going to make this one, I think I need to do it this way. So before I had my finished sides on the top and bottom, but now I'm going to do it on the sides here. We're going to, let's see here. do it this way. Nope, that's the wrong way. We're going to do it this way. And then we're going to gather it. And so when I flip it over, let me do it this way. So it looks a little bit better and you can see it. That way we have that finished side on this side. We have the finished side on that side. I'm going to go on the opposite side of the wreath form and attach it. So basically you're going to do the same thing over and over, kind of marrowing. I don't think that sounds right. I can't think of it, guys. I know, Julie, what are you saying? I don't know, guys. I really don't. So we want to just mirror. That's the word I'm looking for. We want to mirror our petals on each side, and we're going to go all the way up, okay? So again, let's do this side. Top and the bottom are the finished. All right, and then let me see here. We just want to make sure, yeah, that's what we want to do. We're going to bend it over, and then we're going to just start gathering that. And then you're just going to look and see where you want the next one. All right, you can kind of decide exactly how much you want it to show. So basically what we're doing is we're leaving an empty gap in the middle of this wreath. All right, let's do one on the other side. Again, now we're going to do right side and left side finished edges. Go there. Let me see, is it this way? Nope, I want to go this way so that my edges, is this the one? I cut one a little too long. I don't think that's the one. And then I'm just going to gather it, okay? And we're going to put it right at the same spot here, all right? And kind of play with those petals a little bit. So you're gonna go all the way to the top here, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what we're gonna do here, and we're gonna go the opposite direction here, okay? So I'm gonna work on that and I'll be right back. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of the 10-inch right there. And so now we're going to go this direction. So basically you're going to, this is going to be the sides version. And we're going to go like this. So take that. So basically what we're going to do here is you always want to start from the outside and work your way in. Okay. So basically we're going to do, I'm thinking we're going to do 2 of these on each side. And we can always move these around if we need to. If you want, just take your zip tie. This is another way to do it. Just start your zip tie and then stick it under there. All right. So you're going to do the same thing on this side and this side. So the petals will be pointed this way, and we'll probably do 3 sets here and then see how far we need to come in, because we might need to have another one either come down or forward. It just depends on the way we have it at the end here. So you're just going to keep going. So I'm going to put 2 more here, and then I'll do 2 there, and then we'll do 2, probably 3 here, but it's going to be facing this way. Let me just show you really quick. And I'm going to point it this direction. All right. So it's not going to be pointing the same way as that one is. So I just want to make sure that you're really clear on that. All right. And you're just going to keep doing both sides till you have as many fullness as you want. All right. So now we're going to finish off our wreath. And this is where we're going to do a little differently. Last year we did a wreath that was very similar to this look, but we did the petals a little differently. This year I'm showing you how to attach them to the outside of the center wreath forms. Let me show you another cross frame real quick. So we worked on these 2 frames. So you did 1 petal here and then 1 petal there. Okay, so that's what I want you to make sure you take note of. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add some greenery and some florals that I have on hand. And typically what I usually have on hand is stuff that you can go back to the store and purchase, depending on the season. So this is like a go-to for me. This is the boxwood from Hobby Lobby. I always have quite a bit of it. I will try to leave you a link in the description box below. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to pull out, and typically I would say, oh, you're going to move this up and then cut it right there. We're not going to do that today. We're going to leave it longer because we want to use this frame in such a way that we're not going to be, we're going to have like very few attachment points. So we need a little bit bigger here pieces. So what you're going to do is you're going to cut whatever you think you're going to need. We might have to shorten these as we go. And then I found this came from Michael's. Again, they typically have this every year. So I'm going to cut these. I'm going to cut some of these in the longer pieces. And then I have one of these. Now this would have came from Hobby Lobby. It's in the floral section. So you can get something similar to this if you don't. I mean, it really depends on the colors you're using. I think the blue and yellows look good together. So I'm going to cut a few of these, and we're just going to, again, we're going to cut it pretty long. And then I'm going to start putting it together. So let me cut this and then I'll come back. So one of the things that you can do before you even start is you take your wreath frame, you put it on a piece of long felt. I get felt by the yard at the fabric store or like Hobby Lobby or Joann's, and cut it out so that you can either glue or connect it with zip ties on the back once this is finished. So you can definitely do that if you choose to make this option. Another thing you could do is you could back these and put two wreath forms together if you're doing this like a graveside, and then that way it would be on both sides. That would be a really pretty wreath as well. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to take a couple of our greens here and we're going to stagger them a little bit. All right. So this here, I'm going to look, the very first cross bracket is right there. So I want to look and see. I'm going to grab them like so. All right. And then I'm going to grab one of these and just kind of put it in there. And make sure that I do it in such a way that it does cover that bracket. Okay, so there's one there. I think that's all we'll have. We have another one up here. And then I'm going to grab one of these yellow flowers. And we're just going to kind of let that sink down. And I'm going to take my zip tie. All right. I'm going to go underneath that bracket. I don't know if you can see, there's a bracket here. I'll show you on the other one. Okay, cut that zip tie off. And you really can't see that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing. I'm actually going to put that underneath. Do you see what I'm doing? I'm putting that, anything underneath the next bracket. So I'm going to take another few pieces here. All right. And we're going to lay it so that all of it will connect. I'm going to grab another one of these, lay it underneath. And this is basically what you're going to do. Now there isn't brackets over here, but we're going to attach it to the middle section there. Do this. All right. And then I'm going to take a zip tie and connect that one. Okay, so as you can see here, I put these down. So we have all of that done, okay? So basically what I'm going to do is we're going to start, lay one right there. I'm going to lay another one this direction so that we can go, you know, because we need to cover all of that. And then you're just going to pick out what you want to, you know, what you want to use. And we're going to, on this one, we're going to like put it in with the center. Now I am going to get my glue gun out here in a little bit because since we have built up like this, this like base of greenery, then we can start adding in the actual things of greenery to fill all this in, just so that you can use some glue and it'll be just fine. So I'm going to just add a little bit more here, and I'm going to do it kind of crossways here so that it all gets taken care of. And then we're literally going to connect it to the middle. So when you look at this section here, you're going to connect it to either this side or both sides. Okay. So that's going to be our point. So basically you have this point here, this and this. That's where you're going to connect it with the zip ties. So do as much as you want, add it, and then we're going to come back and then we're going to add little sprigs throughout. Okay, so I'm just going to show that to you. That's how we did it. So now I'm going to do the same thing across and then go down and come up with the zip tie. I'm not going to sit here and show it to you because it's kind of boring. Let's just be honest. And I think you can get the kind of gist of what we're doing. So I'm going to do it this way, and then we're going to come back and we're going to fill in with some more greenery so that we can cover all of this. We're not going to use any ribbon. If you wanted to, you could make a nice little bow for the middle, but I just kind of like the beauty of the greenery and the flowers and this really pretty poly burlap. I did look this up. I got this from Mel's Crafty Mojo. This is called Smoke Blue. Okay, and she does have it in stock, I believe, for $9.99 a roll. One roll is more than enough. We had at least that much left over, so we didn't even use a whole roll. So now I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to see if that looks like that. We're going to just pull that up a little bit because we don't need it quite that long. And you're just going to like look at that. And so I would cut some of this off and then go that direction and just kind of build upon it and then connect it with your zip tie. So we'll be back in one moment. And in Julie's true form, I'm like putting this together and thinking, okay, so now I want to kind of have it in this angle to kind of cover that. So I'm going to cut some more of these branches. And when I lay them, okay, because I'm trying to use as few as zip ties that we possibly can do. And you're just going to start layering them like this. So because they're having a cross section, I can just go ahead and put two more here, and we're going to connect those with one zip tie. I can start adding other flowers here to put in there, but that'll kind of build up our base for our wreath too. So I just want to kind of show you that real quick here, and then we'll be back. Take whatever you have left over, if it's the greenery, if it's these sprigs that I have. So now I'm going to just cut these and we're just going to add them throughout. And then just, you know, have fun with it. That's what I always tell you guys. Have fun with it. This is meant to be fun and creative. Like that, I'm going to cut at a shorter piece here, and I'm just going to start adding it in, kind of working it in there. All right. If you made it this far in the video, number one, we're here every Sunday night. So if you're a crafter or want to be a crafter, or maybe you just like to watch these videos, number one, thank you for watching them. I appreciate it. It helps my family and helps me be able to continue to do this when you watch. But if you've made it this far in the video, please put in the comments, oh, let's put in there a Christmas tree. I did this last year, and it's going to throw people off. Like, why are people posting Christmas trees? But I always ask you guys, you know, if you've watched the whole video, to leave some sort of an emoji. And it just is, it's in a way to like encourage Julie. It's like, Julie, we enjoy your videos, keep doing it, and we want to watch more of you. So it just says, oh, they watched the whole video. So that always makes it nice. If you're not on my email list, you're going to want to get on it, because 2 times a month, we are giving away different projects. Like this last week, I think tonight's email, if you're on my email list, we found out I gave away the 2 projects that we did last week with the Wreath shop. We gave those away. And so you have to be on the email list in order to be able to get to enter it. So basically, you get an email midweek, and we talk about what we're giving away. And that will happen either it's one email a month, so you're going to want to check your emails, and we give away 2 products, or we do it 2 separate times. This month, for the month of March, we're giving away 2 at one time. So it's 2 different people will get those. So I like the fact that I'm at the point here that I can give this away to you guys, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So you're just going to have fun, guys. Keep adding everything you want to do here, and I'm just going to add a few more things, and we're going to be done. I just like the looks of this. This is not the same petal. It looks very similar to the petal we did last year at this time, but we did it differently this time. So I'm going to add some more greenery up through here. I'm going to just use what I have. Again, this greenery came from Hobby Lobby, and you can get any type of greenery. If you already have some on hand, use that. These came from Michael's, but I'm pretty sure Hobby Lobby has something very similar. The yellow flowers came from Hobby Lobby. And the poly burlap came from Mel's Crafty Mojo. If you spend over $35 at Mel's Crafty Mojo, you will get, and use the coupon code Julie's Wreath Boutique, all capital letters, you'll get an extra 10% off. So it's definitely worth stocking up on some great supplies, and buying from a small business is even a greater plus. So I'm going to just add a few more of these, 2 here, and maybe over here, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I don't know if you can see the whole thing, but I did get my SureBonder glue pot out. I think this is beautiful. I even got these out thinking, should I put some of these in? I'm not really sure if I should have or not, but I'm just going to leave it like it is. This was a lot of fun to make. So basically, you take your wire wreath form, and you're going to be working, let's look at this again. You're going to be working on this wire, and then leaving that gap in the middle here so that we can add all this beautiful greenery, flowers, foliage, whatever you want to call it. But listen, if you aren't subscribed to Julie's Wreath Boutique, subscribe, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Make sure that you get the notifications. We're here every Sunday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to learn to craft this year, I'm the place to be. Or this channel is the place to be. So thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy this. I love it. It's beautiful. You can see the back of it here. You can take felt, and you can cover the back if you wanted to. You could also, guys, make the same wreath, connect it on that side, and that would be beautiful for a grave side. And then you could have a stick here. You could put it on a wreath form or something to go into the ground, and you would have a double-sided wreath. So maybe someday we will do that. But today, that is your inspiration for Easter, to remember those you love. Maybe let me know in the comments, who would you make this for? I would make this for my mom. Because my mom passed away when I was only 18 years old. So if you were wanting to remember a loved one by, who would you make this for? So let me know in the comments. And until next week, we'll see you in Julie's Wreath Boutique. Bye-bye.